our 10 rules. It's don't compare. The only person you should be comparing is the person you were yesterday.
How do we protect our kids from things like that?
You can't. We live in a very harsh world with everybody has these beauty standards.
And the crazy thing about boys too in general is a lot of times when boys make fun of you, especially at that age in middle school, they probably like you. But are my solutions incorrect?
Yes. When I'm feeling down about something, I don't need solutions.
Why are you wasting your brain power? Your brain power should be used, for other things.
Welcome to Parenting Untapped by Ali Talks. Join my father and I as we dive into the mind of a teenager and discover what it takes to build a strong, effective relationship with your teen.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Parenting Untapped. I'm Ali, your host, and this is my father, Tony, your co-host. So today we're going to be talking about something that every teen deals with, insecurities, even though it's not often talked about, whether it's from your looks or from how you're performing in school. It's not easy to feel that you are good enough.
To be honest, I think this episode is gonna be pretty tough for me because as my parenting style as a guy's guy, I think I add a lot to probably to your insecurities at times. I brush off a lot of statements that you say that I feel like I shouldn't touch, or I make a lot of jokes as well. So I'm really interested in learning what you're really feeling inside when it comes to insecurities and how I add to it. So tell me, what does insecurity mean to you?
Yeah, I guess insecurities is being afraid or feeling that you are enough and feeling kind of jealous of what somebody else has.
So tell me, for most teens, what do you think is the biggest insecurities that they may have? Is it looks? Is it, academic? Is it, popularity? What is it that affects most teenager?
Wow, all of the above, but probably like looks and mainly looks, yeah.
Okay. And I know that's probably the biggest thing. I mean, I always say that you're pretty, but I know whenever you bring things up, I always kind of
Well,
like,
when you're saying it, it's because you're my dad, you know?
I hear you say it, but I don't think that we're saying it because we're your parents, right? And, so how can we,
We can't tell us we're ugly, but okay, yeah.
I mean, I'll make jokes, I know I
Oh,
make
you do. I know you do.
I know I make a lot of jokes, right? I call you a bum a lot of the time. Like, why you dressed like that? And
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's just me trying to be funny. I'm not technically trying to say, oh, you're ugly or anything like that. How does it make you feel when I joke with you and I kind of tease you on the clothes that you wear? Because I don't understand the clothes, the teenager styles.
Okay, it doesn't affect me that much, but I don't really like it when, like, every single morning I'm getting to your car, we're driving to school, and you just look at me up and down like, "That's what you're wearing to school?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And you're like, "Oh, interesting." I'm like, "Okay, I liked my outfit, but I guess you don't."
I mean, I guess it looks like you just rolled out of bed sometimes. You just rolled out of bed. I'm like, So, I mean, for you, would you say your looks is the most, that causes insecurities, or
I think it's like half and half with like looks and like academics in schools, performance.
oh, you do so much. I mean, I get it. I mean, we've talked about it. I know there are just some super freak academic kids out there.
LinkedIn is your worst enemy, but your greatest enemy too.
And when you say that, is it just because kids are, they have achieved so much at a young age and you're just
Yeah,
like,
it's so crazy like what people do. Like I go on LinkedIn like probably like 30 minutes a day. I'm like looking what has people been up to and they make all these posts about new internships, new jobs, new passion projects they're doing. I'm just like, wow. And like I know like I'm doing some of that stuff myself, but it's just like they're so far along and I'm jealous, you know? But I feel like it's a very natural thing for people to be jealous.
When it comes to certain topics like insecurities, looks, like how do you think parents play a role in it? Like, do you think parents help or cause, a lot of it?
I mean, I don't think you guys cause a lot of it, but I feel like when we try to talk to you about some things, you guys aren't very comforting, you know?
Me or your mom? Probably me, huh? Because I'm not.
No, both of you guys. You guys are pretty much
Oh, your
alike.
mom's like that too?
Yeah. Mom doesn't understand either.
I know for me, I mean, I get scared when it comes to that
Scared?
for some reason,
Why are
because
you scared?
I'm scared because I feel like I don't have great things to say. You know what I mean? Like, I always feel like, when you mention somebody being pretty on social media or something like that, I always kind of brush it off. I always say, oh, it's not real. Or if you point out, somebody making a lot of money on social media, I'm like, you don't even know how much the money they're making, right? So I always kind of brush that off. Like, what should parents be doing or saying when their kids are expressing things that has to do with their looks, and their achievements,
I think just be comforting, you know? Like, I feel like you don't really do that.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm more of the type where if you have a problem with something, you do it, right? I mean,
Yeah. Like, if I say, oh, I'm so bloated, I feel fat, go run. Oh, I feel like I'm not doing enough, go work. Like, there's always a solution to it.
but are my solutions incorrect?
Yes. When I'm feeling down about something, I don't need solutions.
Okay, do you think social media plays a big role in a lot of the insecurities that you
Oh, of
guys have
course.
nowadays too?
I think social media plays a big role in it.
To explain that a little bit further, why is it because you see lavish things and you see all these girls in their super poses and their camera angles and all of that stuff?
I mean, yeah, like everybody uses social media, and we're constantly on social media so much, we're bound to compare ourselves, like, and feel something that we don't have, you know? You hate social media?
And comparison in general, like, I just don't like that
Comparison is a thief of
personality.
joy.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I've told you that as well, and for me, I like looking within. I don't like to worry about what other people are doing, and I know you probably heard me a million times. I was like, dude, worry about yourself. Don't worry about anybody else.
Yeah, that's actually on our Doan family of success. Our 10 rules. It's don't compare. The only person you should be comparing is the person you were yesterday.
Absolutely. And I think it's true though. I think a lot of times when you're looking at other people, you're just wasting time of working on yourself, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just think it's pointless a lot of times where you're just like, oh, dad,
Definitely is.
this
But
person that, this
it's just
person
like
that. I'm like, why?
it's just like a natural thing we all feel. Like, it's not like we want to be so fixated on that certain thing, you know?
Mm-hmm. But if you're saying that it's also causing you insecurities, then why do those things?
Like, look on social media.
Yeah, if you look at social media and you kind of feel like you're not enough, whether if it's your looks
I'm not
or
deleting social media.
I'm not saying delete it, but I'm just saying, like, don't look at it in those lens, right? It's like, there are times, I mean, there are times where I'll look at certain things and, I feel like, oh, this person or whatever person is doing a good job, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get going. I gotta step it up. You know what I mean? My competitors, if they're growing at a specific rate and I'm not there, I look within. I don't really,
Yeah, sit there and be like, oh, I'm so jealous that they added a new tooling to this. I don't
so do you think parents notice when their kids are insecure, and is there something that we should be looking out for?
mm, it's hard because like you're not gonna like really know unless we speak about it, right? And I mean, I've spoken about it to you guys like a couple of occasions.
So do you think in this household, I mean, is does insecurity, do you feel like it's a big problem, at home, or is it outside more?
I think it's a big problem like within ourselves. Yeah.
So you think it's just you and how you feel and how you outlook things?
Well, not just me. Like, everybody deals with it. Like, guys, girls. I mean, mainly probably like girls, but I feel like everybody deals with it at some point. Have you never been like jealous of something that you didn't have when you were little? No.
I mean, I wouldn't call it jealous, you know.
Who would you call it?
I think there are times where I'm envious,
Envy.
but envious turns into feel for me to react. But I'm never like, oh, I just don't ever get down on things when I see things. That's why, and I kind of want, that's why whenever you come to me with certain things, I'm always kind of just pushing off because I'm trying to distract
Do
you
you think
from
it's
it.
silly?
Absolutely. I think it's very silly. I think it's a waste of brain power.
Brain power.
You've heard me say that many times. Why are you wasting your brain power? Your brain power should be used, for other things. I've told you scientifically, you only have a few good hours of your brain per day. And
Don't use it on that.
And you need to put it towards something that matters.
Right.
So I know, when I say my fault is, I never really give attention to it, and I feel like there are times where I feel like you need it or you want it, where you want me to expand or just listen, but then I don't.
Listen, I think that, yeah, I want you to listen.
Does that hurt you in any way where it's kind of like, dude, why doesn't he share these things with me or sit there and listen to it? That's really what I want him to do.
Yeah, that is what I want you to do, but you don't do it.
So how does that make you feel? Does it not help you? I mean, does it add to your insecurity or?
Well, I'm not saying like you guys are the cause of my insecurities, like, right? That stems from like a whole different thing, like since from middle school, from my peers, from my surroundings, from people at my school, like it's not you guys.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Like, would you say it started from your peers? I mean, obviously, I know what you're talking about. I don't know if you mind, going a little deeper so that I know that, maybe there was something that I could have done that would have helped you.
I don't know if it's something that you could have helped. I mean, okay. I mean, I used to be a very like bubbly, very out there, very confident person when I was little, right? But I feel like I think middle school was when I started getting those insecurities, right? 'Cause like as a kid we all live carefree, right? But as we grow older, we're always gonna think about things like this. I feel like in middle school, right? I guess there's like this beauty expectation in middle school, right? Like people would always have to be like, oh, you're not pretty enough, or you're mid, or you're like, or this and that, and I think that affects me.
So I know about that situation. I mean, I've known you. I know that you've been hurt by it, but by me not, I guess discussing about it more, do you think that you kind of grew up more with insecurities? You know what I mean? Like every single time you've told us back in the days that, this person said this about you or that person said that about you.
Yeah, I guess you always say ignore them.
I just say ignore them, don't worry about it.
I mean, I don't think there's anything you could have done. It's not like you could go to that person and be like, why are you saying that about my daughter, right?
But is there something that I could have said to you that would have changed that outlook, that kept you bubbly or that kept you confident?
I don't know about that. Like, I guess you could be
So
there.
you think there's
comfort
nothing
us.
parents can really do about those type of situations? Like, I don't know, in a perfect world, when you bring to your parents things that happen like that,
Maybe talking about it, maybe.
like, would you actually believe us if we told you and we sat there and we listened to the problem? Like, honey, that is not true. The reason why this person says this.
Sometimes I think you're just saying things because you're on my side of the things, because you're my dad.
So, I mean, that's what I'm trying to figure out. It sounds like no matter what we would have said, it couldn't help the situation, right? So in a way,
It's inevitable.
how do we protect our kids from things like that?
You can't. We live in a very harsh world with everybody has these beauty standards.
But you know what's crazy about it is it doesn't even make sense. You know, when you say beauty standards, like
A very unrealistic
beauty
beauty
is in the
standard.
eye of the beholder, right? So if a kid
No,
want to
yeah.
be, and you know, the crazy thing about boys too in general is a lot of times when boys make fun of you, especially at that age in middle school, they probably like you,
I knew
or
this
they,
was coming.
or you know, that's what I,
My
like.
teacher said that, bro.
But it's a fact. It's
No.
their weird, sick way of getting attention. It's just a very negative thing. Now, is that a fact or not? But I don't know. But I don't know why boys, when we're younger, we just make stupid jokes, you know?
Boys are
And I
just
don't know
mean.
how to convey that message to you to make you feel better. But like you said, I don't think there's anything that I can say to make you feel.
Not even just boys though, it's girls.
I mean,
Girls are mean.
kids are mean in general, right? A lot of kids, they don't understand, and I do see that it has affected you, which makes this topic so interesting, right? Is, you know, I mean, obviously you're older now, so it's like, you know, obviously I would like to learn in case if Elena goes through this situation, or if any parents out there who have younger kids, you know, if there's something that they can do, right? Because, you know, I know they said, you know, for parents, you always, you know, have to build their confidence by giving them, you know, their space to be independent. You know, you praise them for their hard work and all of those things. And I feel like we do it, but I do see that, you know, middle school did kind of affect you even through high school, right? I think, you know, it sticks with you because even at junior year, sometimes I hear that there's still some reminiscence of conversations that it's like, oh
It's
yeah,
dumb. I mean, in high school, everyone's gonna be jealous. Everyone's gonna hate. Everyone's gonna be mean, and I feel like it's really yourself. You gotta be able to learn to not take that to heart. I feel like because like I'm the type of person to take things very personally, that affects me.
okay. So when I joke around about things, does it add to it?
Does it add to it? It doesn't add to my insecurity, but I don't like it.
Oh, so it's just to you, it's
It's just annoying.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a sticky topic, right? I mean, it's like we're hoping to find some type of answers, but it's one of those things where we might not even find an answer.
I think it's building that confidence at such a young age that you don't care what other people are saying about you. I think it's more so like, like you have to love yourself before.
Is there anything that helps at all? You know, when you're feeling insecure, or you know, when it hits those type of topics about the way you look, about, you know, you as a student, or feeling if you're good enough. Is there anything that parents can do that actually foster more of a positive?
Oh yeah, I think it's having that kid like love themselves, feeling loved in the family, and I feel like having that at a young age, they're
But
gonna.
don't you feel, I mean,
Well, no, yeah, but it's just like there were factors to that, but like you said, I was a very confident person. I was very bubbly. I was social and out there.
so how do we get that back, right? Because I to be honest, there is a part of me where I wish, you know, we had a little bit of that alley back, where you're carefree, where you're not really thinking in your head a little bit. Or do you think it's just being a teenager as a, you know?
It's a process. You got to learn how to love yourself back again. And I think what everybody forgets is that like everyone's beautiful. Everyone's different in their own way. Everyone's unique in their own way, and that's what makes them beautiful. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand because when we see things that people have and we don't have that, then we automatically assume, okay, we're gonna have to be jealous of that, like, right? We're gonna be envy of what they have and we don't. So we feel that something's wrong with us or we're missing something.
And that's great to hear you say that, but do you feel that way about yourself? That you're unique in your own way, you're special in your own way, and
I mean, yeah.
also you do.
Now, yeah. I mean, I realize that a
At
lot.
what stage did you start learning that or feeling that way?
I mean, of course, there's times where I'm probably still very insecure about a lot of things, but I feel like deep down I know that, right? Like I feel like no everyone's their own person, their own human being, and nobody's perfect. And I think that imperfection is what makes you beautiful.
So for parents, when you're feeling insecure or you're going through the phase, what is the best thing a parent can do as far as, making you feel better about that, giving you advice, encouragement?
Just comfort them and comfort them and remind them that what people say does not matter, right? Like just like don't listen to other people. Like you are your own person and you're special because of this and that. Like right, and nobody can change that. And also it's like it's about who you are within, like you said.
So the way, I don't know how your mother, I know you have a lot of one-on-ones talk with your mom as well, but the way that I do it, I guess I do kind of say the same things. I'm just very short with it.
I think it's very brief. Like you brush it off. Like you don't really go into like you're special. Like no matter what people say, you're special because of this and that and that. And it's like just because you lack something in another area, it doesn't make you imperfect. I think sometimes we forget the things that we do have and the things that do make us perfect. So I think that we need that reminder.
And would you like more of that from me, or you don't care?
I mean, it's not like I hate hearing it.
But like, do you think I don't do it enough, or do you think
We don't talk about it.
so how could I come to you?
Like if I come to you feeling a certain way, I feel like that's what you should do. When I come to you, you just brush it off. Like just right. Like you don't really go into it. You're just like you're being silly. Like just stop. You do that
No, I know. I do it on purpose.
on purpose.
Yeah, I do it on purpose because, like I said, I run from those situations. That's my flaw as a parent, right?
Distracting the situation.
I take the route of distracting the situation and brushing it off rather than, I guess, facing it, because I don't know.
I mean,
Because
if
I
you
don't
brush it
know.
off, like it's not gonna make the problem go away.
Yeah, I've never been good at that, right? I don't know how to comfort, I guess, in those ways. I only know that, hey, if it's a painful situation and we don't talk about it, I guess it would just go away. Or if we distract you with that, you would, move on. Sometimes I
No,
think
this is something you can't move on from.
sometimes I think it's just like a momentary situation
Yeah.
where you're just like, not feeling really great about yourself. And I think you just kind of move on. And
But we're still gonna feel it. It's a feeling.
if you could tell parents one thing not to do, when it comes to, kids with insecurity, what would it be?
Don't brush it off.
So it is a problem.
Well, yeah, don't brush it off.
Okay, so I guess,
But it doesn't add to the insecurity. Just don't brush it off. I mean, it doesn't make us feel better. Yeah.
so we don't add to your insecurity, but we just don't help. Or
Yeah. Yeah.
explain to me, what does it look like? Can you give me a scenario on
Okay.
a situation? And let's just say, for the example, you said, hey, Dad, I feel bloated. I feel a little, overweight. What should I do other than saying, oh, go jump on a treadmill? You want me to be like, baby, why do you feel that way? But you're beautiful no matter what.
So what? What's on the little belly?
Like, I'm just curious. Like, what does that look like?
I mean, okay, well, everyone's bloated, right? Like after they eat.
It's a thing people say. I didn't know that's like, it requires a whole conversation about it.
Oh well, yeah. When I'm saying I'm bloated, it's just because after I ate so much, right?
So you think I should just shut my mouth? Don't even say, oh, go jump on a treadmill.
Make it worse. You're agreeing with me. You're agreeing with me.
Oh, you see, that's so difficult. That's so difficult. So when I try to give you a solution, you think I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah. It's just like, no, you're not. Right? But if you're saying, go jump on the treadmill, you're like, okay, that means you are like, go. That's what I'm feeling.
So I kind of want to bring it back a little bit. So knowing your situation in middle school, like how can we protect our kids from that? Like, how can parents protect your kids? I mean, obviously, it happens all around you, right? It's like you can't avoid it. There's always gonna be mean kids everywhere at every stage. Do you think talking to kids before they encounter that may be a solution? Like if I sat you
Having those
down,
talks, yeah.
like sitting you down at a young age and saying, "Hey, honey, you're gonna deal with some of these things," kind of like I do now with you in business, right? I'm like, "Hey, when it's gonna get even harder. You have to be prepared. That you're gonna be
I
in a
actually
cut."
think that would help. I don't think we ever had those talks when I was little, right?
No, I don't think
I don't
so.
think you guys ever predicted like there would be like.
I think we're just so we're trying so hard to just move you into a private school that we didn't even think that was going to be a thing, to be honest.
In private school.
I knew it happens in public school, so I was like, oh, I want to put her in a better environment. We worked
Oh,
hard
private schools. Wow.
and we put you in a better environment, and then all of a sudden this better environment
It's
broke you down,
it's
which is
insane.
crazy to me too, right? Because you were fine. You were still bubbly in when we had you in public elementary. And then all of a sudden, when you went to private, I was just like, dude.
It was a smaller class too.
Yeah, it was a very small class. And then I was just like, dude, why is she dealing with all of this? I thought it was supposed to be better, less of that stuff. But it seems like it was more.
Yeah, it's hard. Like it's everywhere.
So you think, it would have helped before, I guess we got to figure out at a right age where we sit you down and be like, hey, you're going to encounter once you start going to school.
People are going to say things. But you
People
just
are
gotta
going to
ignore
say
them.
things that is not true. It's going to be hurtful. But you do not ever let that affect you.
Yeah, and you got to remember, like, you're special no matter what.
So all of our don't rules and all of that came after the fact. So then it's like it was
Yeah, that
too
came
late.
in high school.
It came too late.
It was too late. Yeah.
That sucks.
It does.
Today, like, I mean, it seems like you're better now, but if a teenager at this age is still highly affected by things that their peers said or done, or they just don't feel that they're good enough academically, like what can parents do now if it's at this stage already?
I guess just like that comforting, I guess.
Would you guys believe us if we say, no, there's nothing wrong with you? And we sat down and we really had a talk, or like you said, you wouldn't believe me anyway if I said it. You think?
No, sometimes I just feel like you're just saying it to say it,
It sounds like a lose-lose situation for parents here.
Oh yeah, so you gotta start at a young age. No, it's just like I think it's something that every kid has to figure out themselves. And I think you gotta realize like people are always gonna say mean things. People are always gonna hate on you for whatever reason. But you also gotta realize like their life isn't perfect and they're probably dealing with something themselves to be even projecting that to another person.
Do you think of that when somebody, let's just say now, says some mean things or does some mean things? Like, is
No,
that
it
your
still
mindset?
affects me. It's still like, yeah, it's like hurtful, but it's like, who are you to be saying something bad about me? Like, you don't know me as a like you don't really know me. We're not friends, right? And you're gonna be speaking bad about me like that. And if honestly, is the worst thing or the worst insult a person can be like is, oh, you're ugly, right? Like, then so be it, right? I think the worst insult is gonna be like, oh, you're a mean person. You're a terrible person to people and your friends. Like, that's gotta be the worst thing. Like, if they're gonna be really talking about your looks and your outside, and that's like the worst thing a person can say about you, then that's on them. Because it's really more about the inside and how you are as a person.
So, I mean, for you, it doesn't seem like, it affects you as much, but I can imagine there's probably some kids out there that is probably highly affected by, their insecurities, where they don't want to show up at all and stand up for themselves. Like, do you see that at all? And then have you seen that in, either a friend or somebody you've seen at school where, you know,
Seen it in movies. I haven't seen it like to someone personally like being so affected by it. Like they're not gonna show up to school because or they're not going to like, right? Or they're gonna be like in a little hole and not talk about it, right?
uh and in those cases, you just think, parents should just, hey, encourage them, word of wisdom. All right. Well, I mean, I don't even know what else to talk about in this episode. I mean, I thought I was gonna be in big trouble because I know your mom always
Since it's your
uh
fault.
tell me that it's my fault, right? That, oh, you're not helping with her confidence when you say those things, or you crack those jokes. I'm like, what?
I mean, yeah, you are a little bit mean,
I'm
but
just trying to make joke of
no,
situations.
you are a
So
little mean, but I get it's a joke. So
I don't know. I was always the class clown growing up, so I guess that's in me. I don't mean to be, but I know, ever since your mom tells me those things, I mean, it kind of got me thinking too, like, hey, you know what? It's hard because, what if you had a son, I guess it's not as bad, but I guess when you have a daughter,
more sensitive.
there's a little bit more, it's a little bit more touchy to be playful the way that I am, because I know I just crack jokes, I don't think much when I make fun of you, of what you're wearing. I just say it, and I'm thankful that we kind of have at least a little bit of that relationship where we crack jokes. I mean, I think you crack jokes at me too. I mean, you know, you call my feet stinky and all that. It hurts
It
my
is.
feelings.
Oh my gosh, don't even go there.
um, yeah. So, I mean, do you have any last words for parents out there? And, if they had kids that are battling, heavy insecurities where it's highly affecting their daily lives, what they can do?
I think just be there for them and remind them that they are perfect. Like, just remind them that they're special in their own ways and that everybody's different. But that's what makes them beautiful. So
That was deep. Where'd you come up with that one?
it's true. Yeah.
Well, alrighty, guys, that's our time, and hopefully,
Hopefully this helped.
I thought I was gonna be a lot in more trouble in this topic, but I came out unscathed, so I'm happy. Till next time.
Till next time. Bye-bye. Thanks for tuning into Parenting Untapped. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to follow and subscribe wherever you listen so you don't miss the next one. Want to gain even more valuable insights into understanding and connecting with your teens? Then head on over to parentinguntapped.com and subscribe to our email list for exclusive updates. Until next time, see you later.